The New York Jets clinched their ninth straight losing season on Sunday as they fell to the Seahawks at home 26-21. So let's talk about it with a host from WFAN, Danielle McCartan. She joins me from the WFAN studios. Danielle, you look like you're ready to go for a Jets game. You got the helmet on, but they didn't seem to be like they were ready to go today. How you doing?
Listen, I mean, are they holding tryouts? Because I am ready to go and inject some heart and some muscle into this team.
Yeah, all right, Danielle. I'm gonna let you take the helmet off so you can be ready to go for the interview. But Danielle, more ready to go than the Jets. And Danielle, in this one, Gang Green, they had a 21-16 lead heading into the fourth quarter. But in that fourth quarter, they were unable to put points on the board. All 21 of their points came in the first half, 14 of those on offense. They lost their third straight game. When you look at this Jets team, are they just a bad team finding new ways to lose?
I mean, in my entire lifetime, that's the story of the Jets, isn't it? Jets, just end the season. But I think Sauce Gardner summed it up best. And the quote he had after the game was, "I've never seen anything like it. Everything to go our way, and we still lose." I don't know how that happened. So there's a little bit of a problem, I think, happening in that locker room right now, because I think the losing is starting to take a toll on those young players in the locker room. And that's a really dangerous place to be in. Gardner also said, "I don't think in my lifetime playing football I've ever been 3-9. Breece Hall said, "It's been a long season. This year has probably been the most trying year of my life." I mean, that's not stuff you want to see from, young guys that could be an impact players for your team for years to come. So, yeah, while it's fun to say, yeah, they're finding new ways to lose, I mean, what is the impact of this losing now on these young players in this locker room? It's not looking good, and it's alarming, really.
Yeah, it really is. I think Jets fans feel the same way, and there seems to be a thought about who is to blame for this, because now the Jets, they are 1-6 since they fired Robert Saleh, and today we saw another 12 penalties in this contest against the Seahawks for 83 yards. How much of the losing that we've seen with the Jets this year is due to lack of discipline?
I think this team, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think this team came into the season as basically a rudderless ship as it was, and it has continued to lose any sort of handle on where in the direction they were going throughout the season. I think on the Fox broadcast, they kind of detailed it really well. There was all different things happening. They fired the coach, fired the general manager, and everywhere in between. I think this Jets team, it's just a whole bunch of everything, because if it was just discipline, Dexter, they would be able to clean it up and figure it out and move ahead accordingly, theoretically, you would think, right? So today, first half, they came out playing like the Super Bowl contending team everyone thought they were going to be this season, putting points on the board, Rodgers throwing some lead blocks, a kick return for a touchdown for the first time in 3 seasons, a tremendous goal line stand by the defense. Like, where was all that this season? And then they found a way to lose, and you knew it was going to happen too. It was inevitable. The penalties were certainly part of it, including like the really preventable ones. I point to the 12 men on the field late in the game. Like, are you kidding me? The punt team? Didn't the Jets notice that the Seahawks didn't have a punter? He was hurt. They were going for it on 4th down every single time. Why do you need a punt returner out there? That's infuriating. That's of a lack of awareness. The clock management, by the way. Something else, man. How do you not take a timeout as that clock is ticking down in the 4th quarter? You had 2 left. I play Madden on my PlayStation with better clock management than that, Jeff Holbrick.
Wow.
So you take them both and you see what happens. And where is the hurry-up offense? Where is the no-huddle offense? Is there a sense of urgency at all over there? It is infuriating, and I am ready to play.
Look, I think it's pretty bad once we get to the point where yourself, other people like you, Danielle, you're bringing up Madden. When we're talking about Madden, rough times for the Jets fan. All right, Aaron Rodgers, I got to talk to you about him before we get out of here. Aaron Rodgers was brought here for moments like the Jets' last possession in the fourth quarter, and he did not deliver. Rodgers, he's had 5 chances this season to drive down the field with a chance to score a touchdown or a field goal to win the game, and Gang Green, get this, is 0-5 in those games. Now, after the game, Jeff Ulbrich said, not as of today, when he was asked if he's thinking about making a quarterback change. So I got to ask you this, Danielle. Is it time for the Jets to just move on from Rodgers as a QB, not just for the rest of the season, but from now and beyond?
I mean, this is a loaded question. How much time do we have here, Dexter? But I mean, they brought Rodgers in, right? That's his MO, win games late. I think back when they played the Giants, as he was a Packer, he played the Giants after the boat game, the infamous boat game. Boom, Hail Mary. Like, it just hasn't happened here. And not as of today implies to me that this decision will be evaluated on a week-to-week basis. And sometimes it's best to protect the player from himself and tell him to take a seat. And with a team going absolutely nowhere fast, it would be a prudent decision to sit Rodgers. And it would also be interesting to see what this offense could look like with a younger, more mobile quarterback running it. And I think that would be a good gauge of direction this team should go should they move on from Rodgers after this season. Like, does it look a lot better with a mobile quarterback, a younger guy? But me personally, I just feel like it's kind of like unfinished business. And like, how could you pass on a future Hall of Fame quarterback, first ballot? I mean, he's got to be better than this, right? He's got to be playing hurt, like, right? But on the other hand, I do see Rodgers not playing for the Jets in Jets green next season. Woody Johnson wanted to bench him. That hurts the ego of an egomaniac like Aaron Rodgers. You're going to be bringing in a brand new regime, a brand new system, presumably. And depending on who it is, will it be like learning a brand new language at 41 years old? You know, old dog, new tricks. And 3, people aren't yet really talking about this. It's the money. A long story short, if the Jets release Rodgers after this season, they're on the hook for $49 million in dead money. If the Jets try to run it back one more season, then part ways with him, they're going to be on the hook for $63 million in dead money. So it makes total logical sense to move on from Aaron Rodgers this season, and I do fully expect the Jets to do so.
Yeah, it would make sense, and he just has not looked good. You know, it's not what the Jets fans signed up for. It's not what the Jets fans signed up for. It's not what the team signed up for. But he hasn't looked good, and there's no arguing that. That is Danielle McCartan. She had a helmet. She's ready to play. She's ready to go to suit up to maybe help the Jets, who clinched their 9th consecutive losing season on Sunday. Danielle, I know you'll talk about it more in the fan. I appreciate you as always. We'll talk soon.
All right. And hey, Dexter, we'll end it the same way we always do. I hope next time is after a win for either team.
It can only happen. We've been talking about way too much losing. It's time to talk about some wins. I agree. Thanks, Danielle.
Thank you.